This is Books and Tickets NI. We're here at the National Stadium for a night of champions. Today we're joined by victorious Cian Reddy. That was a really good 6-round fight tonight. Obviously your first scheduled 6-round fight. How do you feel after that?
Yeah, it was good. I was happy with it. I actually looked for that over 6 rounds because the round was very jumpy in the first rounds, and we knew that. I looked at him, and myself and Ian have been talking, and we want to step up as well. You know, it wasn't a journeyman who was literally trying to survive. That lad came to have a goal, and that's what we wanted. He had a 50-50 record, but all his losses were against very high level. Like I've said, the likes of Luke McCormack, who's an Olympian, and Joshua Fraser, 13-0 guy. And that was my fourth fight. It was my first proper step up with a fella who I know was coming to win. So it was good to get 6 rounds in, and I was happy with it. Yeah.
Does that give you a lot of confidence? Obviously, when you have an opponent like that, it can be very, very dangerous. To say he's been stopped a couple of times. He's also stopped a couple of people a couple of times as well. So does that probably make you feel like for the first time you are a pro because you've had a good live test?
You know what? Like I was saying this to somebody else. His losses came at a really high level, and his wins came at, I'm going to say, a very kind of low level of opposition. But there's a massive. So I knew he was somewhere in the middle, but there's a big gap between the likes of them top boys and them lower level lads. So it's hard to gauge. Cause you know what other journeymen you have, like so they might have boxed another Irish lad, maybe someone you've sparred, you kind of gauge off that. But with that lad, there was nothing I could gauge off. But I knew he was coming to win. 50-50 record. It was a good step up for 6 rounds, and that's what we wanted. Just gradual progression. I knew that lad was coming to win. The team knew he was coming to win. We had to be switched on, and I think I was.
Was that the worry sort of coming in? He's sort of like an unknown quantity. He didn't really sort of have a lot of footage of him maybe having wins and things like that. So it was like you're sort of having to work him out in the ring.
I've seen a few of his knockout wins actually, and like I said, the lads he was knocking out weren't the best, but the lads he was getting beat against were very good. But that was my first kind of fight where I knew 100%. Not that this lad is coming to win, because you always have to be switched on with the likes of my last fight here in the stadium. It's a fight, you know what I mean? You can get clipped. But it was my first time since the amateurs, which is over a year and a half ago now, 2023, that I knew, like, I never knew what it was like going pro, that this lad mightn't come or he mightn't open up as much until, like, in the amateurs, everybody's there to win. Doesn't matter who they are, so they're there to have a go and win. So it's my first time since going professional that I knew this lad is definitely coming to try and win. To see the 50-50 record. And yeah, that keeps you switched on as well, even more so I suppose than your man who's there to take shots and get through it, and hard to get through. Like I thought I hurt your man there today a couple of times. I was nervous, you know, we clashed heads at the end of the 3rd round. That would go to a technical draw. Thank God he got through it. I think he was looking to get out, but thank God he got through it anyway, and it happened. It worked out.
The atmosphere obviously for you coming out obviously and throughout the fight as well, like it seems to be growing. Like I don't know, what are you doing in the sort of background? It's getting more and more. I guess people's obviously seeing the sort of person that you are. Like you're down to earth. You love a song. I haven't got you singing yet. We can get you singing when there's not a microphone in front of you, but you're down to earth.
I want the microphone in front of me when I'm singing, so I there.
But you'll obviously have a sing song later. But like you're down to earth. You're not someone that's. There, Ian's saying you're a good looking lad. It's not me saying it, but like you're ticking all them wee boxes. You're not sort of being too flashy on social media. You're cool, calm, and collected. Like is that why people's latching on because you just have that character?
I don't really like. It's just I suppose. I try and be myself with everybody, like I try and just be the best version of myself in and out of the ring, and people are getting behind me. Look, I have unbelievable support, like the herds out there, like, and these lads are just, they're really close to me, you know, everybody out there has my back, and look, it's the likes of them that drive me on, you know, having the likes, there's certain voices I hear in the crowd, my closest friends, I can hear them there today, and yeah, just, you know, it's continuing to grow. Unfortunately, my fight there wasn't. It was the last one before the dazn show, but it's been a big, massive show. Thanks to Jay, thanks to Ian, thanks to my coaches, Arias, Wayne, Diggins there in the corner as well for coming over. My next kind of long-term goal. Look, I don't set too many long-term goals. I've been very busy. I've had 4 fights. I wouldn't mind even a couple of months away from taking a fight just to fully go into my weight a little bit more and working some certain things as we're stepping up, as we're progressing through opposition and, you know, at the rounds as well. So yeah, I'm happy with the way everything's going. It's just keep my head on my shoulders, be the best version of myself I can be.
You seem very calculated, obviously. You don't seem in any rush. Sort of like you have to enjoy every moment, and you're saying, well, look, I'll take a wee break, maybe enjoy a bit of the summer and then maybe back out in August, September. Like, that's the sort of good thing maybe sometimes to do, because your body needs a rest. Like, it's probably, you wouldn't like to count up how many weeks of training and how many spars and stuff you had, so sometimes good to give the mind a bit of a break.
This has been back-to-back camps. I was out February 15th. I wasn't really, that was kind of a half camp because I got so sick. Then I got this one. But it's mentally, boxing is so hard. It's physically, I enjoy it, you know, I do it because I like it. I do it because I like seeing myself improve. I like seeing myself getting better. You know, just looking at myself hitting better times and runs, doing certain things like that. Mentally, it's very difficult. So I stay in the gym constantly. I really enjoy it. Like, thanks to my family as well, who've been supporting me since the start of this year. It was my first year to fully commit to boxing, but they're still giving me a wage to work as well, you know. And it's little things like that, you know what I mean. So I'm able to focus on boxing and making all these people proud as well as making myself my team proud.
Are you enjoying this process so far? Like, it sounds like you're obviously really enjoying it, and you know it's a career you're going to be in long term. Like, when you probably daunting sometimes, you're an amateur sort of turning over, you're going, well, the people don't buy tickets, well, the people don't support me, because that's a vital part. But you've enjoyed this process so far?
Absolutely, and I never knew the support I'd get. Like, when you're an amateur, you go to club shows. I actually didn't really box in that many of my own club shows, but like, there'd be a few companies. You don't need to set tickets, you don't have the requirements that you do in professional boxing, the costs involved, the paying the opposition or paying the, you know, the training camps, things like that. So I knew I'd have a bit of a support behind me, but what I've gotten in the last, since July, has just been unbelievable, and it's something I'm going to be forever grateful for after boxing. You know, these are the nights that when you look back in your career, you're going to say that was unbelievable, and I'm so grateful to these people.
You've sort of been able to mix it between obviously Bradford and obviously here in Ireland. Sort of, is that something you want to keep moving forward, sort of mix the two together?
Yeah, of course. Wayne there, we have a great relationship with Wayne Woods over in Leeds. I'd like to get him in actually, if you don't mind.
Wayne, you've been called up.
Ryan there, and Ian Cochran to jump in as well there, my manager.
We're going to have to go out far.
Yeah.
We're getting 12 kilo Cochran on.
We're missing our 10 to 12, 14 now. There's Ryan Diggins there as well. You know, the boys, it's the boys here, and they're the ones that are doing everything for me. Arias as well, who's not here at the minute, but who's in the corner. Between you and the tree, and between Wayne Woods there over in Leeds, you know, you have to take time off work to come over here. You have to travel. You have to ring me and ask I'm getting on when I'm moody, making away, and you know. But it's these nights to make it all worthwhile.
You're happy enough, Wayne, with the performance tonight? It's a good 6 rounds.
Yeah, listen, you can't beat 6 rounds in the bank. We had him. I think we could have really stepped on gas, but it's our first 6 round. So what we've got to take from that, we've got 6 round in bank. We know how to manage them rounds now. The performance was brilliant. He'll tell you, and listen, I don't make no lies. I've been on this kid's case. I've been on his case. Any little mistake, I've come down on him hard, mate. You wouldn't like to be him anyway, that's for sure. I'll tell you that now. You ever get bollocked off my own missus for being hard on him, you know what I mean? That's how it is, because he's part of family. But I do that for the performance like that. It's clinical. He took 2 shots in full fight. What more can I say? The man was slapping, yeah, but he took 2 clean shots in 6 rounds. That's why I'm on his case. You know what I mean? For performances like that, you know, little clash of heads, but listen, honest, I love the kid to pieces. He's done what we asked to tonight. You know, all the hard work in camp needs to show under the bright lights. And he turns up when the bright lights are gone. His fans turn up. We can't do it without them. We can't do it without Ian. He's doing a brilliant job. Ryan at home, he's a coach, nutritionist, S&C, you need it, he does it. Arias is exactly the same in Unit 3, but it's Arias is over there getting Paul Loonam ready. His gym mates like Joel and people like that. And obviously the men who put the promotion on, we appreciate, and obviously Irish people, you know, so yeah.
And then obviously, Cian's obviously saying he might take a bit of a break now. Obviously, that's 4 fights within a year of sort of turning pro. Where would you like to progress into next? Like, are you sort of starting to plan towards titles? Like, obviously, Cian said he's happy maybe another 6 rounder, things like that. Like, where's the progress you see as a management side?
Will you progress me down to main street or
No, it'll be another 6. We're not in any rush. We know how talented the kid is, you know, and this is, you know, a lot of the domestic scene is kind of 2-4s, 2-6s, straight into the Celtic title. And no disrespect to any of the other lads around the place. This is European title level stuff that we're dealing with here. You know, the world's at his feet. As Wayne said, he gets on his case, the boy works hard, and you see what he can do out there. It was pretty punch perfect. The jab was just crisp. Every time he made a feint, the fella was running for fucking. Sorry, he didn't want to know it, and you could see that. I think it was a long left hook in the 5th maybe as well, that he was really hurt. And I think the 3rd round after the clash, we were all kind of going, no. He wanted out. and you can see he was busting them up. Everything was so sharp. But like I said, if you want to take a break, we'll look at the end of the summer, another 6th round. But we're in absolutely no rush to be going looking for a stupid Celtic title, but that aren't needed. Not that the Celtic title is stupid, because we know how worthy it is. Yep. But there's a long game with Cian. He's very young. He's a serious amateur background. He's going through his rounds perfect. And like Wayne said, fought twice over 6th round against a tough German opponent. Like he said, he was coming to win. It wasn't just your bog standard come and survive because of journeyman. We knew he was going to come, especially for the first 2, 3 to 4 rounds. And then we kind of go through the gears. But you structure your fight, you structure your sparring, and you structure your career. And that's what we're doing with him, because he's got so much talent. And like bright skill. He's one of the best prospects in the country. And just really looking forward to the journey.
People are rushing for these fights, these Celtic titles, these Irish titles. They're rushing, taking them with 5 fights. Yeah, you take them with 5 fights. It's a 50-50 fight. If we take that with 7, 8, 9 fights, then it's in our favour, and it's 80-20 in our favour. That's how I see it. And as for the break, he thinks he might have a break, but I'm telling you now, if Izzy rings from GBM, which is coming to Ireland, because I've spoke to him, he ain't having a break because we're going on another big card, and that's that. But
in Galway.
You tell Izzy that I'm a big fan of Zach Bryan.
He thinks he's off to London to Zach Bryan, but we're off to Phoenix Park to watch Zach Bryan's fight. He can fight week after, no problem.
It fills you with some confidence, Cian. Obviously you're here, and obviously your training, and obviously your management team obviously speaking so highly of you. Like, I want to slate you first of all, because you get in the Bayo's interview the other day and you thought this was OnlyFans. Lucky enough I zoomed in the interview, or would have but it obviously fills you with confidence, obviously even more so knowing you built the perfect team now. You're in no rush. They're going to get you out again in maybe the end of June, so you're not getting that break that you wanted.
We'll wait and see if Izzy rings first, but if he did, there's an opportunity there. Obviously the kid's got the fan base to go on it. Izzy knows that. We've all spoke with him numerous times on behalf of that, but if the call comes, then we'll chat about it. But just on a serious note, you know, I spoke with Jamie Conlan in there and I said, listen, this kid's a talented boy. When you've got these big platforms, let's get him on. He sells the tickets, let's put him on, Jamie. Jamie said, listen, no bother. Bar ring for he said brilliantly. So, you know, when people are speaking highly like that, you know, the kid sells the tickets, he does the work in the gym, you know, let's give him the opportunities, the platforms to build his career and progress his career, because he's a talented boy.
Yes, mate, but look, I'll let you go and enjoy the celebrations. Obviously, thanks. I don't know if I'm going to get you all 4 into it, obviously, when it goes online. But thanks very much for your time, mate. Cian, congratulations, moved to 4-0, and we'll see you in June.
I'll see you at Zach Bryan in June.
Cheers, thank you.